Now, here's your Rutherford weather forecast.
Well, good afternoon, everybody. It is almost 6 o'clock here on Rutherford Weather. Glad you're with us. We want to talk about some possible severe weather chances. We're kind of on the fence here, but I kind of thought maybe you were hearing about the possibility of some severe weather in the southeast and maybe thinking, well, what's going on here? What could go on here? And we're a bit of ways from it, but thought it would be a good chance for us to kind of catch up on that. And part of the reason why that we are looking at some severe weather possibilities is we're going to be very, very warm coming up for you tomorrow. So let's take a brief look at that with our forecast here. And 73 right now at almost 6 o'clock. I hope you're enjoying these later nights too, by the way. That's good stuff, isn't it? The sun being later nights, but the sun being out longer here, if you will. 80 tomorrow, possible. And then you can see the icon for the storm chances on Friday. And that's really what we want to talk about. It's going to kind of be an early type of event. So a little heads up probably will do us some good. So first of all, let's take a look at our Rutherford weather radar. Things looking really good out there for us right now. And it's been a really nice day. Tomorrow, more windy, but a pretty nice day for us as well. But let me show you a map here that shows why the National Weather Service has kind of been putting out some information here in the Storm Prediction Center and why you may be hearing about some severe weather possibilities in Tennessee. So when you look at this map, the very first thing you see is right here, this big orange area, and that is an enhanced risk of severe weather. But if you'll notice, it's in northwestern Arkansas. Outside of that, in this yellow shaded area, that is a slight risk of severe storms, and this is for the tomorrow. This is the day 2 outlook. So for tomorrow evening for us through early Friday morning, then you will see a darker green, and that is a marginal risk of severe storms. And you can see that kind of splits Rutherford County. Here's Rutherford County right there, kind of splits us in half, right? So that's kind of what we want to kind of dive in and take a look at. But I can tell you that really the thinking from the National Weather Service is, and I'm going to draw a very poor line here, but kind of give you an idea. Let's say this is I-65, right? That's fairly close. We know it goes through Nashville and Williamson County and such. So areas to the west of I-65 have the greater chances in Middle Tennessee of seeing severe weather, right? And that's indicative of this marginal risk or a level 1 out of 5. Sometimes the terminology is a bit misleading. There are 5 levels of severe weather. You have marginal, level 1. Level 2 is slight. 3 is enhanced. And 4 is moderate. 5 is high. So this is in green, a level 1, 2, and 3. That's how we should probably look at it, but we have some words that go along with that, and that's the terminology from the Storm Prediction Center. But again, you can see that areas west of 65 here are in that green. Now, we are as well, so that doesn't mean we couldn't have any severe storms, and that's kind of why we popped on here to talk about that tonight. But the general thinking is the best storm ingredients are going to be west of I-65. So let's pop our radar back up here and take a look at that, and we'll take a look at some of the model data that is coming through. This is the 3-kilometer NAM, the North American model, and right now, as you can see here at the top, it's set for Wednesday. This is our 18Z run. So let's just kind of take this step by step as it loads in. So we are going to go here to 7, 8, 9, 10. Here's noon. Here's noon tomorrow. And as you can see, maybe some clouds beginning to come in, but no rain in Tennessee at this point. We take it a little further out to 6 p.m. We see some rain in Western Tennessee from Memphis up to Jackson, really in the southwestern corner. If I zoom out here a little bit, though, you see some more storms kind of brewing there in the Fayetteville area in Arkansas. I want to leave this zoomed out here for just a second. And now let's take it to 12 a.m. on Friday. 12 a.m. Friday, you can see the cluster of storms in Arkansas. These could be severe. That is, again, where we have the level 2 out of 5, or make that 3 out of 5. As the storms begin to make their progression, here's 3 a.m., and this is just one model depiction of what things could look like. We see the action kind of moving into western Tennessee. There's Land Between the Lakes area down through Union City and down toward Memphis. Moving this on out to 5 a.m. Now Middle Tennessee is kind of getting into some of the action. Up toward Clarksville. This model kind of painting a pretty substantial line of rain and storms out in Arkansas moving into Tennessee. 7 a.m. Well, now we're talking about maybe here in Middle Tennessee around the Williamson County area up toward Nashville. Take this on out into the future. Here's 8 a.m. in Rutherford County, right in the thick of some rain and maybe thunder and lightning and all that good stuff going on. Gusty winds possible with that. And moving it further on out, there's 10 a.m., there's 11, 12, 1, 2, 3, 4. So we see we're kind of in the rain and storms. But the thinking is once the rain starts, you get that initial line through, you're just going to have general rain and thunderstorms. We could see an inch to an inch and a half from this, it looks like possible. So that's the 3 kilometer NAM. Another of our products that we can take a look at here is the HRRR. And so let that load up here for you and see what it has to say here. Now we stop it and take it from, let's say, 9 a.m., 11 a.m. tomorrow. We see those same clouds in western Tennessee kind of pushing through, maybe a little sprinkle or shower popping up in some places. But this is 6 p.m. on Thursday, tomorrow. And here's 7 p.m. Now let me zoom out because this is where we think the action is going to be. Out here in Arkansas, again, that is the area that we saw that kind of had the bullseye of the enhanced risk. The risk out there are for high winds, maybe a tornado or two in that enhanced risk area. But as we take this on out a little bit further, get it closer to home, well, there's 9 p.m., and we see in Tennessee some areas of showers and storms popping up. This is mainly in western Middle Tennessee, and this is kind of the area, again, for Tennessee that we expect to see the worst of the weather. This is very late Thursday night. And this may be just a tad ahead, really thinking that it's going to be early hours of Friday morning that we experience any issues here. But this is 10 p.m. Again, this is just a model. There's 11 p.m. and there's 12 a.m. So we're into Friday morning now. And as discussed, areas along I-65, which I can draw this now on this map because it has it marked on there. So there's 65. Areas west of 65 stand the greatest chance of storms that could be strong to severe. And any of these storms could be, by this time, producing some severe weather. So this is 12 a.m. Let's move it on out and get it on into our area and see what this model has to say. Showing that maybe by 1 a.m., if we zoom on in here to Rutherford County, we could be seeing some showers up in the Smyrna area, up toward Fate Sanders Marina and the park there. Up toward Nashville, more possibilities. We'll keep it zoomed in here, but kind of keeps this line northern until 3 a.m. and see how things begin to build. Well, again, let me mark I-65 because that seems to be the favored area, again, in Middle Tennessee. Here's 65 that I just marked, west of 65. So this model is kind of showing us what we were expecting there, right? So moving this on out a little further, there's 3 a.m., there's 4 a.m., 5 a.m. So this looks like a pretty decent line of storms, doesn't it? And obviously, with any type of weather, once you get the rain-cooled air, that really helps to destabilize helps to stabilize the atmosphere. Ahead of that, you're going to have warm southerly winds kind of pushing up into our area, and so that obviously helps to bring some fuel. That's really the question. Are we going to have enough fuel with this system, okay, for our area especially? But let me back this up to 4 a.m. and see by 5 a.m. that line is right through Rutherford County. So it looks like between 4 and 5 a.m. with this particular model. Now, the other model was later, and I was saying that this one may be a little ahead, but this shows a very good line of intense rain and storms and thunder, lightning, all that kind of thing that could be coming through in our area. And it's once this leading edge kind of pushes on through, that doesn't mean the end of the rain, but it does mean hopefully an end to the severe weather chances. So let's go to 6 a.m., see how that line is kind of pushing off to the east and maybe setting up here with some strong gusty winds in that area, but we're still left with some decent rainfall. That's 6 a.m., 7 a.m., 8 a.m., 9 a.m. And then this model kind of pushes things on out and only leaves us with showers, where the 3-kilometer dam actually showed that we could see some possibilities of rain lasting throughout the day. That's really the general consensus. This is just two models. This kind of gives you an idea. So what is our bottom line here? Our bottom line is there is a chance here in Middle Tennessee of seeing some strong to severe storms. Is that chance great? Well, it is a level 1 out of 5 for our area, but the general thinking right now, and things could change, and we'll update that, along and west of I-65 is where we think we will have the strongest storms here in Middle Tennessee. That doesn't mean here in Rutherford County that we won't see that, but it does mean that the chances are greater out in these areas here. We're going to have a cooler weekend, but a pretty nice weekend shaping up, and some drier weather next week. It's going to be a bit chillier next week as well. That doesn't mean it's going to be cold, but we're going to have maybe below normal temperatures, and normal this time of the year is in the 60s and lows in the 40s. So it could be a bit below normal. So that is an update on what we are thinking right now in terms of the weather and what we could expect and see. And of course, we'll be here to check that out for you. If you do me a favor, and if you get the chance, share this video. Ask your friends, tell them, hey, you need to go like this page on Facebook or on YouTube, wherever you may be watching. That would help us get the word out that we're trying to bring this hyper-local weather information here to Rutherford County. So that is the update now. RUCO weather on all the social platforms. That would be YouTube and Facebook and X and Twitch, Instagram. So be sure to like RUCO weather, RUCO weather in those places. And if you want to just find one place to go look to find where all this social media is, RUCO weather, well, go to rutherfordwx.com. That website has links to all the socials there for you. And we appreciate you spending a little bit of time. Don't want to spend too much time on this evening. Hopefully things will maintain and things will be calm for us here, and that is kind of the thinking. But you know, you may have a rumble or two of thunder when you wake up, and we could have a strong storm or two with a severe thunderstorm warning or something of that nature. So just kind of wanted to give you the heads up. Sometimes we see, you know, freak out mode, and that's not what we want to do here. We want to let you know, here are the facts, this is what we know. And the Storm Prediction Center, when they put out, you know, an enhanced risk, well, it's like, okay, is that for here? Well, we're not in the enhanced risk. That's a level 3 out in Arkansas, southwestern Arkansas. here in Rutherford County. Our county is split. We're in a level 1 for the northwestern portion of the county, and general thunderstorm risk in the southern part. So we're kind of on the east side of that I-65. And so that thinking is kind of what we are looking at right now. So we'll pop on an update and may just throw some graphics and things up on our socials as well as we go through and get more information tomorrow, maybe an update tomorrow as well. So thanks for joining Rutherford Weather here on the Rutherford Weather Channel.